Always been an emotional football player, and I think that's something that I'm trying to, work on, being present instead of being stuck in my feelings. As a quarterback, we have to be present at all the time and aware of everything that's going on. Sometimes too much emotion can lead us to places that we don't want to go. And I come from a level of gratitude and optimism. A lot of people don't agree with that all the time, but I'm grateful I get a chance to play this team. Obviously I want to beat them. I want to beat them bad. And in my heart, I'm ready to rock. But at the end of the day, they're another opponent. Another opponent that we got to beat, and that's in this division. And they got a good team. They coming in here hot. So we got to, stand our ground and represent at our house.
Jameis Winston getting his first start ever against the team that made him the first overall pick in the 2015 draft. Saints hosting the Buccaneers. Last year, the Saints swept the Buccaneers in the regular season, obviously lost to the Bucs in the playoffs. I know that you're a big Jameis Winston guy. I don't know how much of it is shtick. That's one of the things with you and Big Cat. I never know how much the rallying to support player X is shtick or real.
Okay, that's fair.
I have no idea.
That's fair, and I thank you for bringing that up. Which answer would you like? Would you like Eric or would you like PFT? I can go get Eric if you want me to.
I thought Eric died.
He had another brother
Didn't he die?
Also named Eric. It's like my dad
like
was
George
like
Foreman.
Yeah, several Erics. But the real answer, Mike, is Jameis Winston has his issues. He hasn't looked that great this year. At times he's looked pretty dynamic, but at other times it's kind of like you can see, that old Jameis Winston popping up, rearing its head. Even the touchdown pass that he had on Monday night, where he did a fumble-rooski to himself. He put the ball on the ground, picked it up, threw a touchdown pass to Alvin Kamara. It probably wasn't exactly how they drew it up, but you also have to admit that Jameis Winston is a hilarious individual, and he's fun to watch. And you can't watch him play without feeling some sort of an emotion. It's like if you go see a movie, maybe you're not like a comic book person, but you go watch an Avengers movie. If it makes you feel a feeling, that's a good thing. That's how I look at Jameis Winston. He gives you the most entertainment bang for your dollar of any NFL player. He's fun to watch. When he's bad, he's fun to watch. When he's good, he's fun to watch. You don't know what you're going to get. I don't think that they can beat the Bucs if he played like he played on Monday. I think he's going to have to play the best game of the season so far. And that's a real crapshoot on Jameis Winston, is like trying to pin down when his best game is going to be. So I think it's going to be a tough road, but it's not unthinkable that the Bucs could do it, or that the Saints could beat the Bucs. It's not unthinkable at all, especially the Jameis Winston revenge game. Now, the PFT answer would be Jameis Winston's going to go out there and throw for 7 touchdowns and 5 interceptions, and they're going to win this game 55-42. And that's what I'm actually really rooting for. I love James. I love everything about his offseason training regimen. I love how he's got a guy that just invents new exercises for him to do, and for some reason insists on filming all of them. I'm pretty sure I saw one drill that was Jameis Winston in his backyard, and his trainer just released a hive of bees onto him as he was shooting with a paintball gun and asking Jameis to throw golf balls into a hot air balloon until it ruptured. I don't know what they're doing there, but again, this just adds to the Jameis Winston factor of everything that he does is just entertaining. You're not sure if you're actually watching reality when you see Jameis Winston play or when you see him work out. So I'm rooting for the Saints to win. I think it'd be very fun to see the Saints to win this game. Sean Payton's got something up his sleeve. You can be sure about that. He always, sometimes, Sean, if you give him too much time to game plan for somebody, he'll come up with an idea of like having somebody lay down in the end zone and try to disguise themselves with their uniform and the end zone paint. And it ends up being too gimmicky and not working out. But I think if you give Sean Payton just like a limited amount of time to prepare for a division rival, and he's working under pressure, that's when he has the best game plan, where it kind of limits how crazy he can get with it, and he could just get back to being smart Sean Payton.
There is a lot of wisdom, though, in how you describe Jameis Winston. He's entertaining. And why do we pay attention to sports? Why do we follow football? What do we want to be? We don't want to be bored. We want to be entertained. And sometimes you're entertained by the actual product of the gameplay, and sometimes it's the personalities who entertain you. And he is quirky. He is different. And he's been effective. He had 5,100 passing yards in his last year with the Buccaneers. Yeah, he also had 30 interceptions. But he's fun. He's fun. And we're watching these games, and we talk about these games, and we do what we do for a living because it's fun, and he's a guy who makes it a little more fun, and sometimes it's even more fun if he's throwing as many passes to the other team as he is throwing to his own team. So you put that very well. I think it's not going to be easy because Tom Brady's like Ryan Howard when he came back after he went to prison, although I don't know how long he was in prison, but he had his list. He's got his list from last year. Yes, Ryan Howard from The Office. Not Ryan Howard, the baseball player. Ryan Howard from The Office. Come on, man. I don't care about baseball. But when he's crossing off, like he's got Buccaneers, Saints, both games this year on his list. Even though he got the ultimate victory in the playoffs, he's still got a bug up his butt about losing to the Saints twice last year. So he's going to try to win 55-10. That's what Jameis Winston's going against.
Yeah, you're probably right. He doesn't forget stuff like that. He'll take the motivation wherever he can get it. And I'm telling you, Devin White, if Jameis suffers a relapse and he goes back to his old addiction to linebackers, this could be a pretty ugly game. The Bucs defense is nasty. They've got Vita Vea up front, who's a dual threat. He's more of a Swiss Army knife than Taysom Hill is, because Vita Vea, he'll be a fullback and he'll be a true fullback, and he'll run your ass over. I love watching that guy play. Great defensive tackle. I don't know if Taysom Hill is coming back yet or not, but I do think that an emotional Jameis is a dangerous Jameis. And when I say dangerous, I mean he's dangerous to himself. He needs to play and try to stay as medium as possible. In that clip that you just played, he alluded to it, but then again, I don't really understand what he was saying. He's like, I've been focused on being more in the present because I'm an emotional guy, but I've got to bring that fire this weekend. He's kind of like all over the map. If you think that Jameis is going to be able to dial it back this weekend against the Bucs, you don't know Jameis Winston, my friend. I think we're probably going to get a couple highs, and if I'm being honest, probably a lot of lows. I'm going to bet heavy on the Bucs this weekend, just because I know how much this game is going to mean to him, and he can't be out there trying to do too much.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.